you need to sign into your Google account. Now this is exactly the same as your school email. So we're going to go with sign in. Okay, if you've signed in before, you can use that one there. I'm going to use our other account here. And click next. So the password is the same as you would use for logging in at school. And click next. And that will take you to Google. So once we're in here now, we're going to go up to the Google Apps in the top right hand corner there. So click that, and then you need to find this one, Sheets. So you click that. When it comes in, we're going to click blank. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're not going to use these two cells. So just to make sure that we don't put anything else in there, just put 4 X's in those boxes. That way we know that we're not going to use them. Next we're going to go into cell B1 and we're going to put the word add. So I've just turned the caps lock on. You can leave it on for each of these. Then I'm going to put take for subtract. I'm going to put times for multiply, and we're going to put divide in the last column. Underneath those then, we're going to enter these numbers. So we're going to put 8, 16, 32, and then over on this one we're going to put 0.64. Now we're going to go back to cell A3, and we're going to put the numbers 1 to 10 going downwards there. So once you've done that, just check that you've got them all correct. And then we come into this cell. Now at this point, our work is called Untitled Spreadsheet. So we're going to click in there. And we're going to call it Sheets 1. Just correct that. And press enter. So it'll keep saving that as we go. Now the way that we're going to do the formulas is not the quickest way, but it's the way that you need to just do them whilst you're learning about the cell references and about adding formulas in. So we're going to add that number to that number, then we're going to add the number 2 to that one, the number 3 to that one, the number 4 to that one, and so on. So if we start off here then, all formulas begin with an equals. So it's really important when you're on a spreadsheet, you do not do the maths yourself. You're telling the computer how to do the maths. So we put an equals, and then our one is in cell A3. And press add, and then we're going to add it to this number 8, which is in B2, and press enter. So now we start again. Equals. This time our number 2 is in cell A4. We're going to add that again now to B2. So we've got equals A5, add B2. It equals A6, add B2. So it's always B2 each time. Equals A7, add B2. Equals A8, add B2. Equals A9, add B2. Equals A10, add B2. Equals A11, add B2. And equals A12, add B2. Now it's really important that you do enter the formula and not just put in the answer. So at this point it will be good to pause the video, go and get up to this stage, and then come back again once you've done that. So on the next one, we're now going to do the same thing again. So we're going to put in then equals, this time A3, but we're going to subtract our top number here, 16, which is in C2. So now it equals A4, take away C2, equals A5, take away C2. So again, now at this point, pause the video and complete the rest of that column. So once you've got the subtraction, the take away column done, we're going to move into the times column. We're now going to look at a slightly easier way of doing this. Now you can continue doing it the old way if you want, but this does tend to speed things up a little bit. So what we're going to do to start with, it's going to be 1 times 32. So we go equals. This time though, we get our mouse, we're going to the middle of the cell where the number 1 is, we click there and the computer will put that cell reference in for us. Now for times, we're going to put the star or the asterisk, and then we're going to click in D2 and press enter. So again now, let's start off with equals, we're going to click onto there, we're going to press the asterisk, the star sign for times, we're going to click onto there and we press enter. So equals, click on the number that we want, times this one, equals, we click on the number that we want, times this one, press enter. So again at this point, pause the video and complete the rest of that column before you continue. So when you've done that, we're going to do the same thing with the divide column now. So we're going to go equals, we click on the number 1, and for divide we use the /, and then we're going to click on E2 and press enter. So equals that one divided by that one, press enter, equals that one divided by that one, press enter. Again, pause the video and complete the rest of the column. So once we've got all of our formulas in there, we've got our answers, we're going to use another formula now. So go to cell A14 and type in total. When we're adding usually more than maybe 3 numbers, we don't use the add function like we've used there. So we wouldn't want to put in equals B3, add B4, add B5, add B6, add B7 and so on. It becomes too long. So down here we're going to add all of these numbers up, but we're going to use a function called the sum. So we use equals sum, open bracket. Then we're going to start at our first number. It's not the number 8, the number 9 here in cell B3. We click there, we highlight all the way down, and then remember to close the bracket and press enter. For some reason that's not showing up, so if I just click bold there, it'll bring that one up. So we're going to do that again. Going equals sum, open brackets. So don't start at the very top, just start here, highlight all of those, close the brackets and press enter. And again, there seems to be something a little bit wrong, so I'm just going to make these bold after we've done each one, just so that it shows up. So if it doesn't happen to you, you don't need to make them bold, but it's just a way of making them appear. So I'm going to put in now equals sum, open brackets. So it's important to remember, not the top one, and once you click, don't let go until you've finished highlighting. Close the brackets, press enter, and I'm going to make that one bold as well. So equals sum, open brackets, again miss out the top one, close the brackets, press enter. And this one did work, but I'm going to make it bold just to keep all of those the same. Finally, underneath where we've got total there, we're going to do a final sum. So equals sum, open brackets, and we're going to add up the 4 sum columns that we've done, close the bracket, and there's our total for each of these. So at that point, pause the video and make sure you complete each of those if you haven't done already. Okay, one final step. So at the beginning, I did say make sure that you use the formulas rather than just typing in the answers. So this is the reason why. Sometimes on a spreadsheet we need to change the data that we're putting in there, and that's what we're going to do this time. So we're going to change each of these numbers if you keep an eye on these columns as well. So we're going to change the first one to 2 and then use our down arrow or enter, and those numbers change. So we're going to work our way across down there now. So now all of our numbers change because the formula calculates that for us, and if you've done everything correct, our final total there should be 3831.875. So your work does save itself at each stage. If you wanted to check that, you can, if you've got the tab there for My Drive, you can go there. If not, you can click the home key, which will take you back to Google. Go up to Google Apps and go into your drive, and there should be your work, the Sheets one, and if you double click on that it will open that up again.